Hey guys, welcome to the Daily Dose. Hope you had a great holiday. I know I've been away, it's been this holiday time. Getting back into it, we'll start up next week with sort of regular, but I wanted to get into a Daily Dose today about some college football playoff issues. But hope you had a great Christmas, Happy New Year, great holidays, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. Let's get into it. A couple notes in college sports that I have to bring up. The college football playoff is in full swing. We're sad to hear the news out of New Orleans, the tragedy there, but the game goes on today, which is January 2nd, 2025. For some, I've said that word, 2025. But we've seen the playoff games so far, and only one was competitive, and that was Texas versus Arizona State. A couple things on that. Number one, the Texas quarterback, Quinn Ewers, he's been considered one of the best quarterbacks in college football. Whether he has pro prospects in the top of the first round, we'll see. But what's interesting is there's a report now that if he were to go in the transfer portal from Texas, he has 1 year of college eligibility remaining, that he would attract a $6 million NIL offer. Now, again, there was nothing in that reporting that says the $6 million be 1 year, over 2 years, over 3 years, but $6 million were he to enter the portal, this college version of free agency. And my response to that is, yeah, it sounds about right, because you have a star quarterback out of Texas, and we're not scouts here to figure out how good he is compared to other quarterbacks, but he's good. And he's good for Texas. And Texas is in the semifinals, maybe in the finals, maybe win the whole thing. And they were down to 4th and 13. Their season was on the brink in overtime, and he threw that pass that tied the game, and then they won it the next series. $6 million for Quinn Ewers sounds about right. This quarterback that transferred from Tulane to Duke is reportedly getting $8 million over 2 years. We hear about the Michigan quarterback that flipped from LSU getting $10 million over who knows how long. This is what's going on. And yes, college football, college basketball is free agency year to year, no salary cap, no rules. So I can absolutely see that happening for Quinn Ewers. The other note about the college football playoff is one of the games last night with Oregon against Ohio State. Ohio State in a blowout win against Oregon. The best player on Ohio State, the best player on the field, the best player maybe in the nation, is a receiver, Jeremiah Smith, number 4. He is a freshman. So it always strikes me when we see these collegiate players that are freshmen that light up the sky, because I know, and now you know, there is no way in God's green earth they can play in the NFL for 3 years. There's a 3-year eligibility rule in the NFL. It's not an NCAA rule. It is an NFL rule that requires 3 years removed from high school before you can enter the NFL draft. So the earliest this kid can enter the NFL draft is 2027. He has to play 24, which he just did, 25, and 26 in college, or sit out, whatever he's going to do. But think about that, where if you're a college baseball player, if you're a college hockey player, if you're a college tennis player, if you're a college golfer, no such restrictions. You can go pro. And the NBA, it's 1 year. It used to be no years with people like Kobe and LeBron and Garnett, but now it's 1 year. So no one's going to feel sorry for a player who's probably making close to $1 million in NIL. But were he eligible to go to the NFL, he'd be a top 5 pick, make a bonus roughly $30 million. And it compounds because he could get the start on his rookie contract, and by the time he makes his second contract, if he is a top receiver, he's going to be making $35-40 million a year. Now he can't get to that till 2031. And of course, if he were able to get out, he could get to that in 2026, something like that, 27. So this is the big difference. And it just shows you that when you negotiate collective bargaining agreements, one thing you don't think about is future players. So future players are always impacted. When there's a 3-year eligibility rule in the NFL, it's going to impact players coming in way beyond the negotiation of the CBA, like Jeremiah Smith. So just pointing out a couple of business of sports issues with college football about some two players in college football playoff. Quinn Ewers, who may get a $6 million NIL deal, which sounds about right, and Jeremiah Smith, who is the best player perhaps in college football, who's locked into college football until 2027. Okay, Happy New Year again. I'll see you next week. I'll see you for the newsletter. It's back on Sunday. Enjoy.